Early 90s was a very happy and memorable time for me. Not was, is. It's a very memorable and happy time for me. I grew up in a joint family surrounded by my grandparents, by uncles and aunts, and it was a joyous time. I was the first born in the family, so I was loved, pampered, showered with gifts. It was really the most awesome ride that I had been till now. That time is also important to me because those were my formative years, and the lessons and the values that I have imbibed or learned during those years will always stay with me throughout my life. During those days, my grandfather used to drop me to school on his little small, very old bicycle. Our house was about 30 minutes away from the school, and I still remember how my grandfather would take me, put on the little rod, and then he will paddle away to the school. During those times, I used to cry a lot. I was very weak growing up. In fact, my mother took me to a lot of penetrations to ask if everything is all right with me, because I used to cry a lot. So my grandfather, in order to entertain me, in order to stop me from crying, wanting to go back to my mother, he'll tell me a lot of different stories, different incidences. And some of these things, some of these stories have a great impact on me. And today I'm here to share one such story. And I hope that it touches you, it moves you in the same way that it touches me or inspires me. Many years ago, there was a farmer who lived on a small farm with his wife. The farmer had 3 farm animals. He had a chicken, a pig, and a cow. Apart from these farm animals, there was also a little mouse who has sneaked into the farmer's house. One evening, the farmer returned home with the small package in his hand. The mouse was very excited. What kind of food would be inside this package? What could I get for dinner today? So he was very happy. As the farmer's wife unwrapped the package, he was very disappointed to learn that there was a mouse trap in the package. He was paranoid. So he ran towards the chicken and shouted, "There's a mouse trap in the house! There's a mouse trap in the house!" The chicken was half sleeping. He barely raised his head and said, "Mr. Mouse, I see how this is of great concern to you, but this does not bother me. This is not any of my concern. Please go away, let me rest, just get out." The mouse then went towards the pig and said the same thing. "There's a mousetrap in the house, there's a mousetrap in the house." The pig was more sympathetic. He said, "Mr. Mouse, I'm sorry that the farmer had gotten a mousetrap today, and I realize that you are in great danger. But the only thing I can do for you today is to keep you in my prayers. I'm really sorry, but good luck. I hope that you are careful of that trap." The mouse then go towards the cow and said the same thing. "There's a mousetrap in the house, there's a mousetrap in the house." The cow looks at him and says, "Mr. Mouse, I am really sorry for your misfortune, but this ain't any skin of my nose, so I can't help you. Please let me rest. Go away, deal with it in your own time. Please don't bother me." So the mouse goes to his small hole and he waits. That very night, there's a loud noise in the house, click, like that of a mousetrap. The farmer's wife goes towards the trap, and in the darkness, she does not realize that instead of the mouse, a venomous snake had actually stuck in the trap. She accidentally stepped on the snake and the snake bit her. She falls unconscious and collapses. The farmer takes her to the hospital and she returns few days later. She is not fully recovered. She was still feverish. Everyone knows chicken soup is good for fever, so the farmer kills the chicken to have chicken soup for his wife. Unfortunately, she still does not recover, she's still ill. The farmer then calls all his relatives and friends to tend to her while he's out for work. In order to feed such a large family, he then has to slaughter the pig. Unfortunately, his wife still does not recover and she ultimately dies. In the funeral, many more people came, and in order to feed those people, then the farmer ultimately slaughtered his cow. The mouse was witnessing all these events through the little hole in the wall, and he was very disappointed and saddened to see the sudden demise of his friends. He then wondered, what if the chicken would have listened to him at the first place? What if the pig would have listened to him? What if the cow would have listened to him and they could have gotten rid of the trap, and all of them would have been alive and be happy? Next time, when someone comes to you with a problem that does not concern you, remember that when one of us is threatened, all of us are at risk. We all are together in this journey called life. We should look out for each other, support each other. Each person plays an important role in another's tapestry. My beloved grandfather passed away last year, but he will always live through me, through his stories. Thank you all for your time.